Good evening, Southeast Texas and Southwest Louisiana. I'm meteorologist Lucas Bostwick. We're taking a look at a radar loop over the past 2 hours, and what we see as we zoom in is that we have a few showers that are in the northern regions, but they're kind of starting to weaken a little bit. But honestly, there's a few that are still going fairly strong, like one southeast of Hemp Hill and just over Toledo Bend. So it's looking pretty good out there overall, though. Most areas are not seeing any type of showers and storms. And satellite radar over the past 3 hours, is sponsored by Switch Electric, shows that we had a few showers mainly over the Sam Rayburn and Toledo Bend regions, but they're starting to weaken and die out, so we shouldn't see too much more for the rest of the evening. And current temperatures, they're running in the upper 80s in most areas, around 90 in some places still. Starting to definitely cool down as the sun is going down. And we're looking at temperatures across the country, and it's generally about the same overall. Even Omaha up there at 87 still at this hour. St. Louis 88. It's still pretty warm across a lot of the country, and really not going to see a whole lot of changes anytime soon across many areas. Looking at some more warmer weather coming up, at least warmer than average for most of the country. So definitely been a warm September, to say the least, and we'll continue to see if that happens going forward. But regional temperatures, we're looking at upper 80s in a lot of areas. New Orleans at 88, so still pretty warm out there. And Futurecast is showing overnight, this is sponsored by Modern Concrete and Materials, that we do have some clouds still out there, but we should see them kind of reform a little bit in the daytime. And we might see a few showers start to form as well, with that instability increasing. And we see that there's just one or two showers that really forms tomorrow, so about 10% coverage is all we're expecting. And as far as the tropics are concerned, there is this one area that's way out in the Atlantic. It has a medium chance of development, but honestly, we're really not concerned about this area. It's just, quite frankly, not that much of a threat with what's going on in the Gulf. The pattern is just not favorable to get anything into the Gulf anytime soon. So not concerned at all about this. So we are getting much, much closer. We're feeling pretty good about the tropics lately. And so we're almost to the end. We just got a few more weeks to go. And I think we can pretty much say that that's all it wrote on the tropics, hopefully. So we'll see if we can make it a few more weeks and not have any more problems. So looking pretty good so far, though. As far as Futurecast is concerned here, though, over the next 4 days, what we see is that we don't have a lot to talk about as far as weather, except occasional clouds, and just really that's it. Clouds is if you like clouds, and you might see a pancake cloud or something here and there, and just say, oh, I might, it's a good time to make some cloud pictures maybe, and not have to get worried about being struck by lightning or something out there. So, by the way, this is sponsored by Neutron Electrical Services, and they know a lot about electricity, so definitely don't have to worry about that kind of stuff, though, when you're outside, unless it's a wire. Hopefully not. Anyway, atmospheric moisture. We're talking about that atmospheric moisture, that it's going to be in place tomorrow. And then on Sunday, it's again going to be a little bit in place. But then Monday, it starts to kind of push out, and it starts to dry out a bit. And then as we get into Tuesday, same thing. Just dry, dry, dry. That's the same story you've been hearing for a while. And at most, we're looking at a 10% chance of rain for the next week. So that's about all we have to say on rain. Now, as far as low temperatures are concerned, it's going to be pretty cool this evening. Some upper 60s possible, around 70 elsewhere. Then 80-ish around the beach, upper 70s otherwise. And then tomorrow, highs in the low to mid 90s in general. And our 7-day outlook calls for a 10% chance of rain for tomorrow, and then 10% Sunday. Starts to dry out a little bit Monday and Tuesday. And then Wednesday, Thursday, a little bit of chance of rain coming back. Hopefully, not any lightning to talk about with that rain, but you never know around this area. And then we start to basically see those upper 60s creep in starting Tuesday as well. So some decent weather, at least for lows. And the same for Southwest Louisiana. Tomorrow, 10%. Sunday, 10%. And then by Wednesday, we see another 10% chance. So, like I said, the most fascinating part you'll probably see over the next 7 days roughly are some interesting, particularly looking clouds maybe. So we'll see maybe it's a good week to take some cloud pictures, and maybe not quite as magnificent clouds as we've been seeing over the summer, but we'll see what that looks like going forward, and maybe you have a neat cloud picture to share. Be sure to follow our channel at youtube.com/GulfCoastWX and check out our Facebook page for all the updates that you can possibly get on Southeast Texas and Southwest Louisiana weather. And make sure that you check in on our morning show for tomorrow. It is Saturday, so we only have one show. And then also check again on Sunday for the latest. Should be me. We'll see. Anyway, I'll see you again next time, and have a good evening.